Meanwhile, dangerous emissions could have been leaking out of the Aliso Canyon storage facility for years.
That's what a CBS 2 News investigation has uncovered. And one teacher says it may have led to her cancer. Investigative reporter David Goldstein is here with her story. David?
Yeah, we spoke to her from her hospital bed. Now, the Aliso Canyon facility has been closed since that big gas leak 2 years ago, but we've uncovered information that shows chemicals were being released for years, and a local teacher told us it could be the cause of her cancer.
I have 2 grandkids. There's one on the way. My kids need me and I need them.
Susie Kimmel is in her hospital bed suffering from bladder and bone cancer.
It's been awful. It's been awful.
She's been a teacher for 27 years at Castle Bay Lane Elementary School in Porter Ranch. The school is just miles from the 2015 Aliso Canyon gas leak. The massive release of natural gas at the SoCal gas storage facility forced the evacuation of the entire area, including Susie and her school kids.
I absolutely think there's a relationship.
1 year after the leak, Susie was diagnosed with her cancer.
That's when I started getting all my symptoms. Rashes, headaches, I would have shortness of breath, my ears would ring. It was terrible.
But looking back, Susie believes the staff and kids may have already been in danger, not just during that big gas leak, but for years before that. She believes that some of the millions of gallons of gas stored in the facility may have been released into the air for years.
I was calling my school office in the building because it was hard to breathe.
And documents obtained by CBS 2 News may back up her claim. According to 14 years worth of emission records from the state, dozens of chemicals were measured in the air near the storage facility. One of them is formaldehyde, a chemical known to cause cancer. This chart shows the spikes in levels of formaldehyde found from 2000 to 2014. That's 1 year before the gas leak.
Is it troubling in your mind?
Yes.
We took the data to Dr. Michael Kleinman, a professor of environmental medicine at UC Irvine. He says some of these spikes are above what he considers to be safe.
Formaldehyde's a matter of concern because formaldehyde is classified as a human carcinogen. It's a chemical that has a number of health effects, including cancer.
Should people be living there, close to that facility? Would you live there? Would you want your loved ones to live there?
I would certainly be concerned about living there.
But the South Coast Air Quality Management District, where we found the emission records on their own website, says they've analyzed random years, and it is safe, although they couldn't provide any reports.
Our evaluations have found that the potential health impacts from this facility based on air toxics emissions is very low.
I think they're lying to people. They keep saying it's safe, it's safe.
Susie is one of 6 Castle Bay Lane teachers diagnosed with cancer since 2007. She has put up a valiant fight, with doctors even having to remove her lower spine.
Okay, well now you're going to make me cry because now I'm paralyzed in both legs.
After our interview, Susie was moved to hospice. She was visited by friends and family and got to hold her newborn grandchild.
Is she something? Oh my goodness.
2 weeks ago, Susie Kimmel died.
Susie was one of my very best friends, phenomenal mother, an energetic teacher, and Susie should be here.
She was so brave.
Why did she want to talk with us? I mean, took a lot.
She truly believed that the gas leak caused her cancer.
Now, SoCal Gas said in a statement that Aliso Canyon is in compliance with all state laws. However, they say they are in the process of replacing natural gas turbines, which they say will reduce those formaldehyde emissions. Back to you.
All right, thanks, David.